This is Platinum Northwest TV News in the headlines. Northwest Premier Lazarus Mokgosi takes a service delivery drive to Tswaing Locals. And coming up, we speak to a Matlosana activist on the basic services challenges facing the municipality. In national news, following the death of South Africa's ambassador to France, we reflect on the controversial legacy of Nathi Mthethwa. Further abroad this evening, following an attack on a UK synagogue, police are calling it a terror attack. More on that coming up. In the business news, the city of Matlosana announces its support for the upcoming Hello festival. And in the sports, Spar Proteas touchdown following a fourth-place finish in Gibraltar. Good evening and welcome to the program. I'm Boitumelo Monare. We begin in Delareyville, where Northwest Premier Lazarus Mokgosi led the rollout of the extensive Tunzalerole service delivery program. The Tswaing Local Municipality, identified as one of the Northwest Province's most devastated municipalities, faces service delivery challenges from inconsistent water supply to poor road infrastructure. As part of the day's activities, MEC for Public Works and Roads Elizabeth Mukua and Acting HOD Sfiso Diko joined the departmental pothole patching team in the town of Delareyville. Now, as part of the program, the Premier visited Sunny's-Hof Community Health Centre as 20 million rand has been set aside for the refurbishment of over 30 clinics and health centres across the province. This is what the Premier had to say.
Premier, you have just visited this facility, which is going through a refurbishment process. What is your general feeling around what is happening here?
No, this project is amongst the projects that were announced by the Honorable MEC Lehari. During his budget speech, he announced that there will be more than 30 facilities of health which are going to be renovated. This CHC has been renovated and the contractor is on site. At this stage, they are almost 80%. It's a 3-month project, close to R1 million. So far, so good. We are here to observe and make an oversight of the work that has been done. Very good workmanship. Workers are paid regularly. The contractor is being paid. We hope that in a month's time, the project will be completed.
The cry for basic services is growing louder in the Northwest. For many in Matlosana, the lack of proper roads, sanitation and electricity is no longer an inconvenience, it is a violation. We hear directly from the front lines now with activist Kuni Mogolo, who details the devastating impact of these issues on daily life. Here is that interview. The city of Matlosana Municipality, incorporating areas like Kanana, Kuma, Klerksdorp and Orkney, as well as Stilfontein, continues to grapple with issues of service delivery, a crisis much so. Issues like power outages, water shortages and even sewer spillage is issues that tackle, or that rather the community struggle with. Joining us tonight is Mr. Kuni Mogolo. He's an activist from the township of Kanana and he's here to talk to us about these issues. Mr. Kuni Mogolo, Dumela.
No, thank you so much for this opportunity. Very interesting invitation, I may say. Thank you so much. I'm home.
Yes,
I'm
thank
home.
you. Thank you for joining us. If we go straight into the issue, as someone who is on the ground, who sees the daily reality of residents every day, how high is the frustration, with the community dealing with water shortages and power cuts?
When it comes to issue of service delivery, one must understand when we talk about service delivery, we actually talking about a crucial matter whereby some individual or some employees or some leaders should understand how important this service delivery is to our community, because if one don't receive what they were expecting, rather I know there were talks regarding issue of service delivery that there are communities who are not paying those services which are being issued to them by the municipality. But now there is like a crucial statement from some leaders whereby the community they are actually starting bit by bit losing hope on this issue of service delivery, because like, even though I don't contribute at your house, but if you don't give me hope that there is something you are doing, you are trying so hard, you even like, because the purpose of service delivery is to decrease the pressure of this the entire community. But as long as the pressure is too high, then it means the frustration will also lose or will be out of the municipality plan, or out of the infrastructure plan, because obviously the community will start committing things which were not part of the municipality plan.
Right. And when residents deal with these critical issues, when they do go and report these
Yes.
kind of issues, what is the response time like, as someone who deals with the residents from municipality, and what are the obstacles that they do face when they do try to place those complaints?
From the response from the community, the time frame or the waiting period.
Okay, cut. What do we do from the second question?
Second, okay.
Call it Naledi. Or le kgone go engage ka Setswana ka language le comfortable ka yona.
No.
Okay.
When residents do place those complaints regarding these critical issues, like
Yes.
maybe sewage spillage or power cuts, when we look at the response time from municipality, what is it like, and what are the obstacles the residents face when they do lay complaints?
The community, they are actually facing the challenges regarding the leaders they vote for to represent them in a correct manner, so that these issues can be attended as speedily as they are actually expecting. But like now, I can assure you, Hore, most of the communities, their expectations from the leaders, and when they report these issues to them, there is, I don't know, this is like a trial to the leaders by saying if other areas are doing this, then it means they will actually represent their communities in a comrade style. And that comrade style is not working for the community, because when you report the issue, the spillage, when you report the issue of the water leakage, and you're expecting at least 48 hours, if maybe is more, at least 48 hours. But like now, I managed to deal with an issue whereby there was no water for 6 years, and I managed to make sure the municipality, though in mass meetings they normally say, no, we don't have, the municipality don't have resources, they don't have finance and blah 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 blah, but the same municipality, they managed to resolve the issue of 6 years in 3 days. And one of the water department in Matlosana municipality can attest to what I'm like displaying to you now. So that's what I'm saying is a issue of ignorance, or is issue of don't care comrade attitude, or what, I don't know.
So when, with these allegations, we hear allegations of corruption,
Yes.
mismanagement of funds that was meant to improve infrastructure. From an activist perspective, someone who deals with these issues
Yes.
on the ground, what are your demands? What are the people's demands to municipality?
Like issue of corruption, there were a lot of issues that took place in our Matlosana municipality, not only Matlosana but Northwest as a whole. So the community, what you guys are going through, from the finances or mamang mamang, there were tenders that were issued illegally, and or there were tender which was issued illegally, and there were a service provider who was paid, but the same service provider didn't provide the service to the community, and some communities. So like now, when I style when it comes to issue ya disclosure the corruption, the communities in Taron, the municipality will maybe call a council meeting for them or about the issues and make sure and ensure the leaders must not disclose this information to the community. But now, if one message on public eye, then it means one of the activists from ourselves will start engaging in meetings, which is sometimes some of us we have meeting because of the questions we raise, which are relevant to because of only like you'll find they saying it was done maybe last year. That road is not even completed, or the process was not even conducted, or anyone who was responsible for that road or completed was not even there. There was no meetings which assured the community or this road will be fixed in this kind of period. The same road, only a document that says sorry, that road was the tender was issued to so and so service provider, and the road was completed last year. Go to those townships and have a look at your own perspective. Like you will see there is something which is doesn't make sense or doesn't add up between the information that was displayed from the municipality and the information which was hidden from the community.
So, Remogolo, we see you and other local groups, you are very vocal on these issues. It's not the first time. You mentioned issue 6 years.
Yes.
But what are other steps, or what is a strategy that you are applying besides protesting to ensure that there's sustained pressure to municipality hearing you and reaching a solution?
I normally say because during a 2-year research personally, which I started to implement and come up with the strategies whatever the solution there is things taking like the identifier while I was busy doing the research, whereby you will find the municipality but to say the community. I don't know, only somewhere somehow there is this political interference and this political I don't know, people they are using their regalia as a threat to the community, or if you don't follow this regalia, then it means you won't receive this kind of things. So now from the advices which I provided to few leaders, there are possibilities for change about in the terms of each leader should follow. If you are appointed as a councillor in your ward, it means there are certain the criteria and researches, and it means you must be the first the solutions before even those people who are frustrated and end up dira ditaere. So like normally what I normally do, there were a couple of protests which was conducted by those individuals Mokanana, which is I managed to reckon a party to stop those protests because of kids a solution to this. There's no need ya gore go senywe ditsela or go kwalwe ditsela gore batho ba se ba ya mmerekong because of someone believes the only way to send the message to the municipality, like this is the strategy, or like this is the style which was used by the old like president, the former president, and all those the parents like Zarona the use that strategy to send the message. But I said to them, like there is no need, as long as Kili Party this problem alone, it means I will make sure those who are responsible, they respond speedily to your issue in a correct manner, like not like that's why I'm saying honestly leaders there are a lot of issues more the townships in Zaron, not only Mokanana, whereby our leaders they are waiting for Baturba complaint. There is a lot of spillage like and then now for the US leader to ensure now the visibility alone the MMC in Nangata rather if you push out every day more spillage that kiona itlo famba to hope ya but at least they are aware and they are trying different strategy or a solution. So the issue it's not the solution for me because I know the solution. Like the same applies to the party ya Batwansba organizer kapakere party those who organize a meeting le mayor's office tax association scholar transport and ditamba tsa Mokanana regarding issue ya ditsela tsa Mokana because there are those specific roads they were identified ke rona these are the ones, the crucial ones which need your attention or they attend you, but not them or baberekise mbu mare they should use what do you call GR5 or GR4 something like that for at least honor is sustaining for such a long time. Right. So like those are the things telling solution eating just that fella people are ignorant.
But I just need direction.
Yes.
So with local elections approaching, these kinds of issues, they are a big political crisis. And you find that sometimes they can be even politicized and used to sort of, can I say, mislead the community.
Yes.
But how, Sheba, in what ways do you see these issues, if they persist, influencing the vote of the residents by Matlosana?
Why is it about elections? Like, to be honest, can I advise South Africa or about postponing the elections because like it will not like because the coming elections lay under performance ya the councillors could watching if anaka the clear direction ya like if we continue the elections, these are the same issues they don't talk about it all. So if the issue of service delivery because of sharp like how about the services, despite they are paying for those services or not. Mare if offer about to hope, but start of about to hope last minute, please. Don't come maybe 6 months because I know there will be strategy. Bo ausi ba isetsa ka di hamper o sa ikopa go fete go tla fela di hamper fela di tlisetsa di hamper because of those are the strategies tse leng they attract the voters. Mare to be honest, like that's what I'm saying I know someone will say if ki suggest South Africa the election di postpone then it means I'm saying ke batla the same issues like they continue. But now I'm saying the way level ya depression everyone alunko yona no because we like now like everyone wa panic like we have this commission Amadlanga, like everyone like oshebella commission like even if but like I more because of the money when the commission they are busy mentioning names. So like because of some of them they know so the elections impacted it on it will change the whole perspective the politics. And those like you can remember the political organization leader in some words like imagine for example Mokanana not as such Mokanana la city of Matlosana. So like imagine if a political somewhere banally only 3 seats. Okay, imagine like we know now when we grew up for this political party it used to have like every vote we know 100 of seats will be occupied by them, but like now so like that's what I'm saying like this is gonna bring a lot of change and a lot of matata in these coming elections. Mare I believe not to be honest I cannot say they still have chance. Like remember when only some co-extension 14 there is a road next to Valmaseru which was not resolved for more than 4 years. You can imagine if that road by trial we change and no in a short period because of Abashibilore in the following month it will be elections. So now Bafa the community accession 14 hope you see we as leaders we managed to resolve this in a short period of time, but because of Kirona and I'm glad the mayor of Matlosana for the first time I respond more the comments like not thought or as on Facebook, but I'm glad someone aware there is an issue. So like sometimes like, you don't understand maybe there are those leaders who don't want to expose their words issues or maybe they were the mayor then he was not even aware. So now that it came to his attention then shocked. So it's for the first time a commenter and like even the director city of Matlosana I forget Marco office ya mayor like it's for the first time. So like that means honestly something eba ling aware kayona now which they were not made aware by those who are in leadership shipping. So like that's why I'm saying like if that will be a question mayor was more like nikitomo what's a question or na now unta IT la for years ngata Oscar tseba like that street before it was a very beautiful street, but how can Sheba Nuso icon like le on that street some they are by encounter the health issues see like because of who see was spillage too much that side. So like that's what I'm saying 2026 elections like on a disaster. You're not on a disaster.
And so from here, where do we go? What are the developments that we're looking at in these communities?
Fortunately, Mokanana, there is...
and cut. Come. You gonna start? No questioning.
The last one, yes. Okay.
Quiet now, lady.
And now, after speaking all these issues, where to from here? What are the developments that we are expecting in these communities that you work with?
Yes, like now, fortunately in Kanana there is development, and I will always respect one of the activists who is now joining the other political party, which is the leading one in South Africa, Gigaba, by the name of Gigaba. He's been facilitated all these developments since which is one of them key issue implemented, whereby those like can say your different companies which receive some place in Kanana to give the community services. At least some of those companies, they manage to hire the youth and the community Kanana through his facilitations. So like now at later on, okay, like we know that there's politics which are involved, because like normally when the community activists are engaging on some developments, there are those leaders who try to hijack your maybe plan of developing, maybe of like giving the community hope, or this entity or this like development, it should benefit 90% of the community Kanan. But now, like somehow, like these are the things like we are getting there. At least we are getting there. And like the other issue here, one of the other, I think, is organizations which are also giving the community hope, but somehow they are not receiving. Like, you know, I've actually noticed some of the leadership in Kanana, wherever there is development and they know they won't benefit, then it means they won't be part of. Like if it is something is a tobafa challenge, then like they are not part of it. But if you promise, like if you promise them, or we bring in this Mokanana, like these are the people who will benefit. These are the community who will be a part of this like development. But later on, if it won't benefit them, then it means they won't be part of. They won't be part of it. But at times goes when they see now is growing, like that's when they come in and hijack and make it as if kiabon, just to attract the community. Or no, we are representing this regalia, so now you must follow us. So like that mentality wabona, I think what a problem, like they should treat each and every thing just to develop the entire community. Like by treat it as important, by treat it as something which they are not expecting or battle benefit, but by treat it come mindset the future, 5 years, 10 years, as long as they're still in like leading those words, like not or banana or no, like this one, if like because outline a small organization, it started something more canana. They are I don't know, these politics, they distance themselves from Yona. But once on other side, the activists like started a grower, then by hijack, like by Sayabona, just to provide those numbers for the votes. So like, if that can stop, I think like but the development in Naki is Alamukanana, despite Batwana and pride.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kuni Mogolo, for your insights, for your thoughts on this particular issues. Undoubtedly, the residents of Matlosana, they'll be looking very closely, how do these develop, looking at your leadership and other local groups. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope next time we will meet something different, which now or no, these are the things now. But I'm looking forward to invite the mayor before I resign.
We trust.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
We go now to the Boitumelo district, where earlier this week, Northwest MEC for Community Safety and Transport Management Vessels Moreng announced the resumption of commuter transport services. The previous operator contract was terminated due to repeated violations of the service level agreement. Our reporter, Boitumelo Monare, has more.
Despite being contracted to operate 133 buses, the operator consistently provided only 55. This left many passengers stranded as scheduled routes and trips could not be adequately serviced. Following department interventions, a solution was reached as on Wednesday, the 1st of October, when MEC Vessels Moreng introduced the new operator for commuter services for the district, which is Ikwezi Tasmika Joint Venture. This operator is expected to provide safe and reliable commuter transport, ensuring passengers are neither stranded nor overloaded. As previously stated, the new operator has agreed that priority will be given to former employees of Atamelang. The head of the department, Dr. Hans Kekan, detailed the outcomes of the meeting with former Atamelang employees and the newly appointed company.
Okay, so today we are here at GD Munsiwa Airport. We were having a meeting with former employees of Atamelang. As you know, that the MEC today introduced a new operator to take over commuter bus services in Ngaka-Mudrimulema and to ensure that the people of Ngaka-Mudrimulema receives the services that they've been gaining for a while. So the provider was introduced. They brought together, as part of the launch, about 10 brand new buses, in fact 30 brand new buses, but we only had space to display 10 of them. But in totality, the provider is supposed to start on the 15th and give us 130 buses to service the entire Ngaka-Mudrimulema district. So today was a meeting to clarify the relationship between the new provider and former employees who are currently unemployed, and just to also explain to them that our preference as government is to ensure that we retain jobs where it is feasibly possible. The MEC committed that we must try our level best as government to make sure that former employees are prioritized when the new provider takes over. So we were having this meeting here with them just to make sure that everyone understands where they stand, that they're currently unemployed as they are. There's hope with the new provider, and then we also wanted to give the new provider an opportunity to have an environmental scan of available capacity from within the former employees, that we do have people who can assist. Of course, the buses are new technology. They will then have to follow their own recruitment processes. We don't want to come in as government, but we are encouraged by their spirit and willingness to take over some of the former employees, especially for those that will meet the requirements of their new terms and conditions as new employees.
Now to this developing story, as the preliminary results on the death of South Africa's ambassador to France, Nathi Mthethwa, are expected to be released on Sunday. Reporter Boitumelo Monare shares more on the story.
According to reports, the former cabinet minister fell from the 22nd floor of the Hyatt Hotel in Paris after being reported missing. Before his appointment as ambassador to France, 58-year-old Mthethwa held several cabinet positions, including Minister of Police from 2009 to 2014, a period that included the Marikana massacre on August the 16th, 2012, when 34 striking miners were shot dead by police. The subsequent Farlam Commission of Inquiry, which investigated the massacre, did not hold Mthethwa directly responsible for the deaths. However, the commission did note that if an aggressive guidance was given by an executive, it would have been done through Mthethwa. For many, Mthethwa's time as police minister during the massacre cemented his reputation as a controversial figure. The death of former Police Minister Nathi Mthethwa comes several days after KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner implicated him at the Madlanga Commission, which is probing political interference in the criminal justice system, among other things.
And now we head into the international news. Police have declared a terrorist incident after 2 people were killed and 3 others were seriously injured on Thursday when a man rammed a car into a crowd and stabbed people at a synagogue in the northern English city of Manchester. Worshippers were observing Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. Assistant Metropolitan Police Commissioner Lawrence Taylor, the head of counter-terrorism policing, told reporters the attack had been declared a terrorist incident. He said police fatally shot the suspect, who was later identified as Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent. Prime Minister Keir Starmer thanked first responders after visiting the synagogue, adding that he would ensure the Jewish community is safe and secure. And now stay with us as we head into the business news. The city of Matlosana local municipality has announced its support for the Matlosana Hello festival taking place from the 31st of December 2025 to the 1st of January 2026 at the Mshengu Fun City in Klerksdorp. The Matlosana Hello festival is one of the largest lifestyle and entertainment events in the region, attracting thousands of revelers from across the Northwest province and beyond. Now, Boitumelo has more on the story.
This annual New Year's celebration brings together top local artists, DJs, food stalls, and cultural showcases, creating a vibrant platform that creates both our cultural identity and creative industries. Executive Mayor of the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda District Municipality, Councillor Nikki Wenam, welcomed the return of the festival and emphasized the importance of such events in growing the local economy. The executive mayor stated that the Hello Festival is more than entertainment. It stimulates economic activity by attracting visitors, creating business opportunities for local vendors, and providing temporary jobs in the hospitality, tourism, and event management sectors. It also positions Matlosana as a premier destination for lifestyle and cultural experiences in the province. Let's take a look.
You know, the third installment is always the best. The third edition is always the best for the fact that the first one was just an incubation and it was just trying. You know, the second one, it already got traction. But this one, it's a wow and a very big bang. It makes a lot of sound and it covers the whole country. It happened, and it is fortunately happened to be what we call a flagship, a provincial or national flagship program, where number of stakeholders, including government, are involved. You would imagine that having to host over 20,000 people from anywhere in the country, what does it do to your hospitality? What does it do to your filling stations? What does it do to your fast food outlets? And what does it do to normal people from Joveton, from Alabama, from the farming areas, who will be cooking, who will be...
With that, stay with us as we wrap up with the sports news. Bafana head coach Hugo Broos has openly expressed his disappointment and frustration following FIFA's decision to deduct 3 crucial points from South Africa in their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. The sanction, stemming from the fielding of an ineligible Tebogo Mokoena in their match against Lesotho, has plunged Bafana's qualification hopes into uncertainty, transforming what was a promising start into a desperate scramble. And in more sports news, the Spar Baby Proteas team was received with a warm welcome at the OR Tambo International Airport this morning, marking the conclusion of their milestone journey at the Netball World Youth Cup in Gibraltar. The team finished in 4th place after a competitive bronze medal playoff against England, losing 55-35 on Sunday evening at the Europa Sports Complex. This achievement represents a historic milestone, as it is the first time a South African team has reached the top 4 in this tournament. And that is your Friday edition of Platinum Northwest TV News. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back again on Monday. Good night.